Hey, welcome back to the Jump In. We had a little while off over the holiday season, but we're back recording now. I hope you enjoyed some of the content that Kim grabbed with Ultra David and James Chen over the last couple of weeks. That should all be up now, right, Kim?
Yep, part 1, 2, and 3 are up, and right now we are searching for some new content since Street Fighter V is coming out.
If you haven't subscribed already, do we have a URL for the YouTube?
No, not yet, dude. We need at least 500 subscribers in order to get that custom URL.
Can we bribe someone?
Hopefully.
Let's see what we can do. But just search on YouTube for the Jump In podcast and should be there. So check it out. All our previous stuff. Shady is currently finishing off the last touches on the guide for SF5, so he's not with us this time.
Yeah, well, hopefully he can come back on the podcast to actually talk about it, because last time we did recording, he was a little bit under wraps on what he could possibly say, you know.
It's pretty NDA'd up. Hopefully he'll come back and enter some tournaments as well. That'd be cool.
It's hard. I can't be too confident about that. He is very adamant about not playing, but being involved in the community somehow. Yeah. He's good though. He's very, very talented. He'll hear this. Don't worry.
So he's talking to Street Fighter 5. That's pretty much like what we're going to be talking about today. It's what's on the horizon. It's out in under a month now. As we record this last night, NorCal won the NorCal tournament. Surprisingly enough.
Yeah, I don't know where they get all that practice time in. It's pretty amazing.
I do. It's in a house with a cracked copy of the game.
Oh, okay. Well, since we can talk about it now, yeah. I did over here. I kind of experienced it a little bit when I was visiting my home state.
Yeah, you were back home over the holidays.
Yeah. Another reason why I couldn't really pump out a lot of footage, but in my free time, I was happy to meet up with everyone there, and I shot a couple things, but most of it was non-FGC related. So I got Ultra Chen stuff, and I got some Jace the Ace stuff. Hopefully that'll go up soon. Yeah.
He's really talented, Jace the Ace.
Yeah, he's borderline kind of excited about the game. He's excited, and then he doesn't care. Then he's excited, you know. That's how top players think, so you know.
Yeah. And he's young as well, I guess. So he's got other shit to be thinking about. How's it going for him though? He was studying, right? So what's he doing now? Is he still studying?
I think he has a year left. A year left in school, and then.
Because he looks about 12 years old, but I know he's not. So yeah, I suppose we better talk about Street Fighter 5, really. Have you had a chance to play any of the betas?
Officially, yes. I've played the beta for about an hour and a half. There was a UBCAN Street Fighter 5 event after our last recording. And yeah, I don't know what version these betas are. It's all over the place, so I can't even really make statements about the game. You know, I don't feel comfortable doing or saying anything like that, you know?
I think they kind of did that on purpose. Because I don't think it was any sort of balancing or anything like that, really.
I mean, I don't think our, in terms of balancing, I don't really think our feedback matters that much. I think the beta is mainly about checking the internet connection.
Everything, the system works.
Promotion of the game, you know.
Yeah, I guess so. But obviously,
well, I mean, you're playing I don't know what version you're playing, because apparently you don't have Fang yet at the one at the Capcom UK office.
We've got Fang in there, but we're not allowed to play him.
But you have
played? No, literally, we're not allowed to play.
Oh, interesting.
Not even off-stream, casual play or whatever. So, so I want to talk a little bit about that as well, because obviously we've had some comments about the fact that Europe has access to the game and stuff. So we do Winner Stays On Tuesday every week, and we rotate who we invite. I think we've done maybe half a dozen, possibly 8 Street Fighter 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm. I've been watching them.
I'm pretty sure that we haven't had the same person on more than twice. Well, apart from me, but I don't really get a chance to play. I play one set a week. I'm generally hosting and presenting. So for like us, it's not a thing, and it's not a thing of like, oh, we go there every other day and play anyway, because it's a working office. It's like Capcom's actual office. They do stuff in there. We're not just in and out playing wherever we feel like.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not like that.
Obviously, we have the same access to the internet that everyone else has. So there are people here that are playing cracked versions of the game, but it's not really any of the established Street Fighter 4 names that you'd think of. It's more sort of like gaming groups and people across the country. So when you're thinking of like your F words and your Reinhardts and your Problem X's and your Infectiouses and those guys,
they're not playing at all.
they're not. No, they're not. They don't. They don't have access to it, unless they get a couple of hours on the beta here and there. And I mean, that's the official online beta. Those guys I know are not playing like religiously. There's some guys that are playing like cracked betas for days on end.
Are they like super confident that they know what's good in the game and stuff? Because the NorCal guys, that's basically how they think.
The thing with the UK is most of the guys here are like young, quite new to the FGC, so we don't have like that many sort of 30-year-old players that have been playing CVS and MVC2 and
yeah, that makes sense.
That sort of stuff.
Isn't Ryan in like Germany now?
So, yeah, and Ryan's in Germany at the moment as well. So like,
I was initially thinking he'd kind of like be a role model for a lot of the players there, but he ain't there.
He's not been here for like a year, and that really affected his performance in the Pro Tour. He didn't qualify for the finals because he just wasn't at a lot of the ranking events, and the ranking events are really important in terms of racking those points up. So for a lot of our guys here, there's a lot of young people that are playing the game, getting into it, that have a lot of experience with different games, because we've got communities here that are like into like air dashers, Tekken players and that sort of stuff. There's a guy called Inferno Kong who's a Tekken player. He's done really well with Birdie recently. It seems like people are doing really well with Birdie at the moment.
Yeah, I think people they're trying to be like a little bit ignorant towards it. I mean, when I look at the game, I think it's pretty obvious Birdie's good, and it's pretty obvious that what's the official name? Nash or Charlie?
Nash.
I just say Nash. So it's pretty obvious Nash is really good too. I always, whenever I bring it up, I always hear like lack of anti-air, and there's certain things that he's not good at.
I mean, he's got the knee. The knee's a really good anti-air for Nash. And I mean, a great example. I was watching Snake Eyes play yesterday on day one of the Catz V Cup event, and he was just trying to jump over those sonic booms, and you can't jump Nash's sonic boom unless it's a psychic jump. Like, you can't jump it on reaction. You'll get that sonic scythe anti-air every time for like good damage, sends you back across the screen, and you got to take zoning again. So I think in this game what I've noticed is like no one's obviously overpowered. And it's funny because like when you say Nash, so Nash came out, right? And Nash like had like quite a few combos. He could link his target combos into each other, and he could do the Sonic Boom combo and then cancel into V trigger and land the other side and do the Fierce and get some good damage. And they took that out, right? So everyone was like, oh, like Nash, he kind of sucks.
Sure.
The way the game plays, it's like they've taken stuff away from everybody. Like, no one's got a lot of stuff. So being able to just solidly zone and just play a very reserved style is pretty good, I think. Like,
yeah. I was watching the tournament as well. That happened yesterday.
So you got to see that. All right, wicked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's announced that version that they're playing is the final build. Do you know if that's the case? I just know it's a PlayStation build, but I have no idea if it's the real one or not.
Did you ever see Fang on the character select screen?
If I recall, I don't think so. I think there was a...
Did you ever see the character select screen, actually?
Yeah, I think so. Fang's on the bottom right? Yeah, I think it was just like blanked out or whatever. It wasn't there at all. So I guess it's the last build or whatever you want to say.
Well, I know the game's done now. It's finished. There's final copies of the game floating around. We've like had confirmation that some Japanese players now have copies of the game.
Cheaters. Freaking cheaters, man.
And we've had confirmation, well, not like official confirmation, but I know there's a lot of talk about people in the NorCal area having finished copies of the game as well. Not hacked betas, actually finished copies of the game. Yeah.
Wish I played that one.
That's the talk. That's the talk right now.
Well, just to finish up my thought real quick, what I noticed from the tournament the other day was basically characters that had like things that you're not supposed to have. For example, Chun-Li's crouching jab, or is it crouching short? Whatever. Crouching jab, standing strong.
Oh, yeah, link combo.
Yeah, and Karen has the same thing. So I mean, they're basically combos of lights, right? Which are highly like discouraged in this game, or something like that. I know actually a lot of characters have them, but they're not like Street Fighter 4 hit confirms. You kind of just have to like go into them. Yeah.
Confirmable combos off spammable fast normals, I guess we'd say.
Yeah.
Because Combo Fiend said over and over again, like he wants to get away from that, like let me just press jab until it hits and then go into a medium, into a special move, and then FADC it for more damage. Like they wanted to get away from that. So
yeah, so Chun-Li and Karen have that, however, because I mean, it's not that no one can combo off lights. It's that their lights lead to mediums or heavies, or mediums that go to heavies that reach pretty far. Therefore, mashing light at a pretty far distance, results in some decent damage. It's not that much damage, to be fair, but it's still something that some characters can't do. Yeah.
It's significant, compared to other characters, and that's what I think you're going to see. Like if you're looking at stuff against Street Fighter 4 tools, it's obviously a very different game. But if you look at it against the tools of everyone else in Street Fighter 5, we're noticing that characters that have got command grabs are really good because the throw ranges are terrible in this game. Like tiny throw ranges.
I kind of figured, like in my time with the fake version of the game, I figured out a couple things about throw range.
Please enlighten. Or are you saving it for the first major?
Yeah, we'll just throw everyone all day. They can't do anything about it. Just get counter hit. Okay, so for example, certain light attacks, when you go for a throw. So let's say, I know this for a fact. With Ryu, if you do crouching jab and then let go of the joystick and you press throw, the throw won't connect. So then, therefore, you have to walk up to throw. Therefore, you're killing frames in order to be offensive, right? That's not cool. So the thing that I found out was actually after stand light kick with Ryu, you don't have to walk forward at all. You just press throw immediately afterwards, and you can throw him. And I thought maybe this was by design, like giving, like for example, stand light kick is like super negative on block or something. From my tests, that wasn't actually what occurred. And with Bison as well, since he has slow walk speed, this is probably by design though. Slow walk speed, so almost all his light attacks, like I didn't have to walk up to throw them. So, like the thing that doesn't really exist in this game is like safe pressure. So for example, if I do like crouching short, and let's say I can throw without walking forward, so then the mix-up would be crouching short, walk back, low forward, Inferno, or something like that, right? With Bison. With Bison. Yeah. So then, I mean, that is pretty safe. It would be pretty safe in other games, despite the fact that Inferno and every special that Bison has is negative. But based on that, I kind of developed like a pretty cheap for Street Fighter 5, a pretty cheap tactic. And I think most characters can already do that. So therefore, like, I think people, when they learn how the game works, throwing will happen more, because right now everyone is afraid that they're walking up too much, and then therefore they're gonna get a combo happen to them, or they'll get like a counter hit combo or something like that.
It's a scary thing.
But it's just the beta, right? So we don't know.
It's kind of scary to throw as well when you're eating those frames of advantage, like you said, because you get counter hit on throw startup. So, which is pretty cool. It's an interesting mechanic. It kind of allows you to get a sort of similar frame trap situation that you get from people mashing crouch tech.
Yeah, actually, I mean, how do you feel about it? Because I like what they're doing to stop like the robotic like mindless things that people do in other games, I think it's a good decision. That's probably one of my favorite things about Street Fighter Five at the moment. You miss a DP, you're gonna pay for it. Therefore, a lot of the tournament footage we've seen lately, a lot of people are not doing DPs.
Mm.
More footsie based, more about pressure.
You haven't really got that much of a reason to DP though, like because you've got V reversals. If you're getting like crazy pressured, and it starts to become like a predictable pattern, then you can V reversal. You've got variable wake ups as well. So if you do the back flick wake up, you kind of like negate setups as well.
Yeah.
So it's nowhere near the same as it was in SF4, where like you just have to block and then take the mix up afterwards. You get knocked down, you get a safe jump set up, and then you have to block. Like I'm playing against you, you're using Ken. I'm going to jump on your head so you can't DP. You got to block. You got the then take, whether I'm going to tick throw you, I'm going to frame trap you, like you, whatever. So then you got a DP then.
Yeah.
Because you can't really do anything else. Well, you can focus backdash or that backdash out or whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, Street Fighter 4 had so many options, right? So many options that are relatively like the attacker has to be really on point. The defensive guy can take a little bit. He can be a lot more like random. He can guess a lot more on his part.
It's a lot easier to lock people down after a knockdown on Street Fighter 4 than it is in Street Fighter 5, and that is by design as well.
Yes.
But it's also why I think it's weird though, because like it's a footsies game. That's what they want. Right? They want you to play like real footsies and do frame traps and shit. A lot of the normals have got really like short ranges though, and a lot of the far-ranging normals are slow as hell, like really slow. So it's a weird thing to get used to. Like,
you know what the exceptions are?
What's that?
And well, like let's say Birdie's stand, I guess it's medium kick. It has to be medium kick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is it a coincidence that he won yesterday's tournament, or that he won the UBCAN Street Fighter 5 tournament? I mean,
I think Birdie's like really easy to just pick up and use.
He definitely seems lazy, like damaging and lazy, I would say. Don't know what his true tier ranking would be, but it's not even the real game's not out yet. So
yeah,
so
I mean, there's characters that are clearly easier to pick up than others. Like I'm finding Ken really difficult to pick up. I want to go and see what Julio's doing with him.
What are you so adamant about using Ken? Is it like I
don't know,
a skin tone thing?
No, I use Dudley in Street Fighter 4, so no. I don't know. Like, I just take to character designs. I've got it's nothing to do with whether the character's good or not. I'm probably gonna just random select. I'm not gonna lie.